Hi and welcome to day 2 of the Tami Sewalong. So yesterday we had prepared all our pattern, we got all our pattern pieces cut out. So we should have 4 of our pocket pieces all cut out. We should have our front cut, a mirror image, cutting 2 pieces of those. We should have a back piece cut on the fold. We should have 2 mirrored sleeves. We should have, for our bottom band, we should have 1 that is cut on the fold. So 1 that's cut on the fold, and then 2 that are not cut on the fold. We should also have our thumb cups. So 2 thumb cups, making sure that you have transferred those thumb holes to your pattern pieces. And then your hoodie, and again transferring the pieces for the eyelets, cutting 2 mirrored. Okay, so let's start. The first thing we're going to do is, because we're doing side pockets, we're going to add those side pockets first up before we add our sleeves. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our front pieces, and we're going to take one of our pocket pieces, and you're going to make sure you've got your right sides together, that you are lining it up with your pocket notch. Okay, and we're just going to sew this in with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So we're going to do that for both fronts and then both back pieces. So we've got our one front piece, then our next front piece. So just lining the top of the pocket up with your notch, and also making sure that your pocket pieces are facing down. So I'll show you. So that's our front piece, just so you can see. Hoping that you can see that clearly. Okay, so we've got our 2 front pieces. Then we're going to do the same thing for our back. So pop on our back pockets. So I've just marked the back of my fabric so I knew where my marks were. Okay, so we've got our backs and our 2 fronts ready to sew. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Let's go. Okay, so once we have sewn our pockets on, we're just going to give them a bit of a press. So open them outwards to the side and press them flat. And just remember that if you don't have an overlocker, you can very well easily do this with just your sewing machine. Remembering that knit fabrics don't tend to fray, so you'll be fine using it. Just remember to use a straight stitch. A stretch stitch. Okay, so we've got all our pockets done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our sleeves. So we're going to get our left piece of our front piece when we're wearing it, and we're going to get our sleeve. We're going to go right sides together, and you'll know which way is right. The smaller is going to join up on your front piece. So we're just going to clip that together. Like so. Okay, and then we're going to stitch this one. Now this is a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. So bear that in mind also. Okay, so once we've done that sleeve, we're now going to add that sleeve to our back piece. So our back piece here, okay, so we're going to add the opposite side now, right sides together again. So if you put your back piece, excuse my mess, just get rid of that one. If you put your back piece down flat, and this is your sleeve, you are now going to match the opposite side to the back sleeve. And then we're going to sew that one. Okay, so you've got your sleeve, you've got your front, and then you've got your back. Now what we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to start with the other front piece, the other side. So the right side, and we're going to get our sleeve, we're going to go right sides together and matching up those sleeves. I don't really know why I clip them together when my machine is so close, and as soon as I turn around I take one clip out. I think it's just habit. we've got that piece sewn, we're going to now take that sleeve again and we're going to attach it to the last leftover piece of our back piece this time. So again, right sides together. I'm going to take 2 clips from here. And we're going to sew this one. I do apologise, my back is towards you while I'm sewing. I will move the camera when I go to do the zip. I think this part, you don't need to actually see me sewing, it's more what pieces I'm putting together. Okay, so now we have all our sleeves attached to all our front pieces. And now we're going to magic it together. We are going to fold it together, making sure that you get your 2 seam allowances. And just to reduce the bulk, I always flip one way and the other to the other side, so that when you're sewing it's not super bulky under your arm. And then we can go along and pin or clip, I should say, our arm, and we go right down to our pockets. Like so. And then clip around your pockets also, because while we're when we finished clipping all around here, this is what is going to get sewn together. And then the very last little piece over there. So we've got one side, we've gone all the way down our sleeve, around to our pocket, we've joined the 2 pockets together. Then we're going to do the exact same thing over the other side. And again, just making sure that I always have that seam allowance, the seams under the arm, one going one way, the other going the other, just to reduce that bulk. I've just realised I've cut my sleeve. Joining up our pockets. Making sure everything's flat. So again, straight down our arm, down the side seam and around the pocket. So once it's all sewn together, you have pretty much got your jacket. Okay. Now you can choose to sew this with your sewing machine if you would like to, as I said, or if you don't have an overlocker. I do like my overlocked finish. It does give that complete finish. But again, your stretch fabric isn't going to fray, so using a stretch stitch on your sewing machine is perfectly fine. 3/8 of an inch seam allowance, and we're going to go down the sleeve, around the pockets, and then finish it off. Are we ready? When you start to get up to your pocket, you want to try and bring your pocket in line with your side seam. So kind of bring it around so it's straight, because if you keep it that way, your knife is going to absolutely chop it off. So you need to try and bring your pocket around, line it up so it's straight. Take it really slowly. I always take everything slowly. So as you can see, now I don't normally use black thread on white, but I did for this just so that you could see where I've been sewing. It just makes it a bit easier to see. And plus it's just for me, so I don't mind having a bit of black thread. So we've got down our arm all the way across around our pocket and then finishing off. And now what you're going to do, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now we've got our jacket with our pockets at the side. Okay, so now that we've got our pockets and our side seams and our sleeves all done, we just need to stitch down our seam allowance on the pocket. So we're just going to do about 1/2 inch, just a straight stitch with your sewing machine. So if you have your pocket, so that's the front, have your pocket facing out, we're just going to stitch down this way, 1/2 inch past the pocket. And we'll do that at the top, the bottom, and on the other side. Remember to trim your threads as well. What we're going to do is we're going to turn our jacket right sides out. We're going to press our pockets flat. And then we're just going to stitch down the top and the bottom of the pockets so that they stay. So all we're going to do with this is kind of looking funky. I'm a bit excited by this. So make sure you've got your pocket towards the front part of your jacket, and we're just going to press it flat. I open up the jacket with the pocket piece facing the front. And repeat with the other side. Okay, and now what we're going to do is just going to turn my camera this way. I apologise for the bumpiness. So where you've got your pocket opening, we're just going to do just a small stitch going across the top and across the bottom. So maybe 1 centimetre going across and at the bottom on both sides of our pockets. So this is a very important part, making sure you have the right thread in your machine. And remembering that stitch also. So we have done day 2. We've added our pockets, we've got our sleeves on, and we're ready to start with our zip for day 3. So show us a pic of what you've sewn up today. Just a quick snap, pop it in under the day 2 post in the Sew Unique Fabrics group Facebook page, and I will draw a random winner to win some Sew Unique fabric goodness. I'm not sure what yet. It's a surprise to everyone. So I hope you've enjoyed day 2, and you can really start to see that your hoodie is coming together. So I'm really excited by this. Hope you guys are too. See you all tomorrow for day 3. Bye bye.